Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Um, Sorry about that little echo right there. Okay, let me see. Do I have the slides up? No, I don't. Okay. Oh, very cool. All right, and we're good. Let me do something here really fast. I got a gazillion windows open, screens open, whatever you call it. Okay. Wow, why did I have so much open? All right, that can go, that can go. Oh, that can definitely go. See you, see you, see you. That can go. Okay. Maybe I should keep that. You know, they have these compression tank tops that pulls everything in, right? It lifts and pushes and binds and you know what I'm saying? I might leave that screen up. It's supposed to make you look like you've been to the gym on more than one occasion. Might have to get one of those. Yeah, a compression tank top. Hmm. All right, we're good. Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Mary H, thank you so much for being here first. Oh, that's so weird. I thought I had brought the slides up already. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, slides are coming up. All right, Lydia Washington, Oliver Girl, Caroline, and a whole bunch of other people. Gail Tapscott is here. So there's a bank holiday weekend over in the UK, right? And am I losing my mind? Is Memorial Day Monday? Uh, yes, it is. Memorial Day is this Monday. I thought I heard someone mention that. Yes, Memorial Day. Okay, this Monday. Lovely. All right. So bank holiday in the UK, Memorial Day for us, which is as close to that as yeah, we it's the same thing. 3-day weekend. In the US, we go to Cancun or Las Vegas. Um, and I guess you guys in the UK, where do you go? Mallorca, Tenerife, um, someplace warm, right? Barcelona. Oh, that's right. They don't want people in Barcelona no more. Who is Victoria Brownsworth, is it? Really? I don't know who that is. I just read on X, formerly known as Twitter, Victoria Brownsworth has died. Victoria was a squatty. She really was a huge supporter of Harry and Meghan's. I don't know who that is, but sorry about that news. Huh. I wonder if I was following her. Let me take a look. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry about that. I started looking at something else. Let me see if I can find this. It's always dangerous for me to get into the Twitter because then I get lost. I lose track. Um, okay. Okay, I see. I see. Very sad to learn that Victoria A. Brownworth has passed away at age 69 after a long battle with cancer. May she rest in peace and rise in glory. Let the light perpetual shine upon her. Okay, and I don't think I was following her. Wow. Okay. Well, it seems like she's pretty well known. Um, Here, I'll share this with you all so you can see who we are referring to. Um, okay. Give me just a second here. And I will share with you, okay? Give me just a second. Okay. So I want to do that. And there we are. By the way, Helen G, thank you so much for sharing that with us. But it says here Victoria Brownworth, a lesbian who was a longtime television columnist for the Bay Area Reporter and contributed to other publications, died May 22nd. She was 69. Miss Brownworth had a long lived with multiple sclerosis and had battled cancer for many years. She had been hospitalized in Philadelphia in recent weeks, according to a post on her X feed that were written by a close friend with an astute eye toward entertainment. Miss Brownworth penned the bar SBARS's bar. I'm sorry, the bar's Lavender Tube TV column for 3 decades. Often her writing veered into politics. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. Um, so yeah, that is who we're referring to. If you guys would like to read some more about her, there seems to be plenty material out there available. So um, we'll go back here to her Twitter. Let me see if I can find something she shared about Harry and Meghan. Oh yeah, she was very political. Very political. And it looks like she was tweeting up until recently. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm not on her Twitter anymore. No wonder I'm not seeing much. Okay. Let me go to her Twitter page. Yeah, I had veered into the wrong place there. No, I was not following her. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at some of her recent tweets. Now I'm on the right page. I tell you, one thing that really makes me sad though is that you think of people that we've lost recently, and there is like a monster in the White House, and that is unfortunate. I mean, there's a lot of people I'm just like, I'm so glad that they didn't live to see that monster go into the White House. And I feel just as bad for anybody who's passed away and that monster is in the White House. Which, by the way, did you guys see the way he spoke to the president of South Africa? I hope that some of the squatties that were so angry at Joe Biden, which of course I was very frustrated with him myself, but some of the people who just could not vote for Kamala Harris because of the Biden administration, I hope that they were watching that. Because remember, we all said if you think it's bad now, it can get that much worse. And it did. Much worse. Okay, I'm going to get out of this Twitter. And okay. Done with Twitter. Okay, I promise I am. I'm done with Twitter. I am leaving it right now. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. Let me see. Okay, I do see one tweet here where Victoria says, and folks wonder why Harry and Meghan didn't want their children anywhere near these people. And she's actually sharing a tweet from Peter Hunt. Okay, I wanted to find at least one. Yeah, I wanted to find at least one. But yeah, she's very well known. Huh. Okay. Okay. Let me see. No one wants to hear this, but if the film at Buckingham Palace hadn't driven, oh, I'm sorry, it says the firm. No one wants to hear this, but if the firm at Buckingham Palace hadn't driven Meghan Markle to contemplating self harm while she was pregnant, maybe the whole world wouldn't be questioning the state of Kate Middleton's well being. So, oh gosh, I can't even say that. It's a big word. Let me see, what else did she say here? Some haters were upset over a photo I posted of the always beautiful Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. So here's a different photo of her with Prince Harry in Nigeria, looking happy and luminous. I like her. I like her. Yeah, she was a squatty. Yes, and she didn't hold back either. Huh. Okay. Wish I would have followed her. All right. Thanks again for sharing that with us. And let's go back over here. Let me make myself comfortable here. All right. So, you guys, I had a bit of a slip and fall myself. And I just want you guys to know I feel much better. What happened? I somehow, oh, it's so embarrassing, but I somehow did a bit of a split on a wet surface. Um, um, well, I slipped in a walk-in shower, right? And the floor was particularly slippery, and so I did a bit of a split. And I had one leg in the shower, my butt was still in the shower, and the other leg was outside of the shower somehow, pointed across the room. Pointed across the room. It was very, very awkward. And so I waited just long enough to realize that aside from pulling that hamstring, I did not break anything. I wiggled my toes, I composed myself, and somehow I managed to, get back up on my feet. And so for about 2 days, I have been kind of limping around. But I tell you, every hour is an improvement, if that makes sense. I stretched that hamstring in a way that was very, very awkward. If I would have warmed up, like if I was doing something like a sport or something like that, if I would have warmed up and stretched, before that happened, then I probably would have been okay. But all of those muscles and tendons and hamstrings lying dormant all these years hadn't done anything more athletic than, I don't know, hail in a taxi. Of course, when I was on my way down, I fought to keep my feet together. Yes, exactly. What was that he called it? The camel walk, James Brown? But I fought to keep my feet together and it just wasn't working out. On that slippery surface, I just felt everything like moving away from me. And fortunately, I didn't hit my head or anything like that. And of course, like anything else of that situation, It was a very slow slide. It was all in slow motion. I wish I could have seen the look on my face. I'm sure it was one for the record books. But yeah, so that's what I was alluding to the other day while I was making fun of Eamonn Holmes. I had a little bit of a situation myself. I literally did a split. I could not believe how flexible I was. I am. But yeah, it pulled that hamstring and I could barely walk. Now, at first, it wasn't so bad. Then reality began to sink in. I'm hurt, but now it's barely noticeable. And I guess um, whatever I was taking for the pain made me very sleepy. I literally just sat up here and dozed off a while ago, and I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. I haven't been on yet. Um, I was like, wait a minute, I ain't been on yet. But yeah, they gave me something for it, and I didn't know it was going to make me sleepy, but it did. And now I'm quite what is the word? Lucid, awake, conscious. But yeah, it was very uh okay, need I say it? I was away from home. I was away from home, okay? I was away from home. I wasn't in a familiar setting. Um I had to go to a music recital for one of the young ones in the family. I promised that I would go, so I went. And well, I was not in a familiar setting, and that happened. I mean, I fought like hell. I'm like, if my feet keep going east and west, I'm going to be in trouble. I still don't know how one foot went out of one leg went out of the shower. I still don't know how that happened. And then here's the worst part. In order to correct this situation, I had to pull the injured leg toward me to get it around the glass partition to get it. I'm you know what? And I'm so surprised I didn't break the glass. I'm so surprised I did not break the glass. Um, I could just imagine laying there covered in shards of tempered glass, waiting for the emergency services to scoop this overcaffeinated, chubby baby boomer um, from the shower. But in order to maintain my dignity, I made sure I got myself up. I said, I am getting up out of here. Nobody is coming to get me. So, and then of course, I felt after all of that, I felt obliged to wrench the remaining soap, which means I had to go back in there to get the soap off of me. You know what I'm saying? I was all lathered up when this happened, maybe too lathered. So I had to go back and clean all the soap away. So yeah, it was an interesting thing. And like I said, the whole ordeal was a surprise. I was shocked. I'm just like, okay, you too old for this. And of course, I was afraid to go to sleep because when you go to sleep, you wake up, you don't know how you're gonna feel. So I went to sleep. I woke up and I felt rotten. I did. I felt rotten. Um, I could barely get up. I could barely sit down because everything to do with that hamstring was causing me grief. And and then suddenly, as though someone turned a switch, it seemed to release that tension, and it just didn't hurt so bad, right? So when I get up from a seated position, I can feel it. And it's like I have to warm up to get across the room. And if I'm up for a while, then it doesn't really, you know, cause me any grief. I can still feel it. But yeah, I do believe the hamstring was the culprit. And it burned, it ached. And that is the most athletic thing that I've done since that first time I ran into a Costco store. Yeah, that was the most athletic thing that has happened to me in a while. So, how was your week? How was your week? Burn, baby, burn. Yes, it was a burning sensation. Are you trying to tell me they have something out there that can help? Oh no. Wow. That had to smart really bad. Well, you know what, guys? One thing you know about me by now is that a lot of things can be happening, and you would never know it. Um, just by you know watching or listening to Royal Sussex. Um, I guess I have a way of compartmentalizing certain things, and well, you know what they say: the show must go on. So I figured I'd wait until I felt better, and then I would mention it. I mean, I did mention it the other day, but you probably didn't think it was as painful as it was. But yeah, it was painful. It was painful. I looked so pitiful trying to walk from point A to point B. Pitiful. But I'm old school. I'm old school. Okay. Um No, I didn't. I didn't. I probably should have. Um, but no, I just I sat there for a minute and I gathered myself. I made sure that my toes were wiggling and my feet could move, and thank goodness I didn't sprain like an ankle or something. If I had a choice between the sprained ankle and the hamstring, I would definitely say the hamstring because that sprained ankle that changes your personality. That could really cause some terrible mobility issues for you. So I um I was just like, well, aside from being achy and sore, it probably is not as bad as well, it won't be as bad in say a week's time. And like within just a few days, it's just like, wow, it's a miraculous change. So I'm glad for that. But you guys, we must all be very careful. There is a lot of hazards and such. And of course, in a flash, I thought of everyone that I've ever slandered, like, or is it slated? Is it slate or slander? But anyway, I thought about some of everyone, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have been so, you know, so um what is the word am I looking for? Um, vicious. But yeah, whatever that is. And then of course the whole thing with Eamonn Holmes, that was just well, that was a trip and a whole vacation, right? That was a trip and a whole vacation. Hold on. I just realized I was missing something. Okay, I got it. Um, but where's my bell? That's what I don't have is my bell. Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. Got it. I think I got it. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure I had my bell and my little speaker here. I don't know if I should speak about him because well, you know what? I had already hurt myself by the time I spoke about him and him taking that dive out of that chair. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Poor Eamon. And you know what? He was really hurt. I'm sure he was really hurt. But why is he having all of these situations and they're just like one after the other? Uh oh, okay. Let me see here. Set a goal. Let me see here. How do you spell hamstring? Hamstring. Okay. There we go. I'm going to start a hamstring goal. There you go. I'm starting a hamstring goal. Let me see. Sandra, I know you mean Eamon, right? Eamon does need to apologize. Okay. I was on a roll yesterday talking about that narcissist, Kate Middleton, and I was still in a bit of a huff about that even after I got done. There it is, right? Oh, Amen. Amen, Holmes. So it all started off so innocently, as it often does when things like that happen. So they were sitting there and they were doing the whatever the hell they were talking about, and all of a sudden, much to the shock of the gentleman sitting across from him, And the lady, God, she had a bit of a scare, didn't she?
It's where, I think reform will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe steelworks. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in. That's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on. And so, look, there's and this is where, I think reform will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe steelworks. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in. That's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on. And so, look, there's will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe steelworks. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in. That's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on. And so, look, there's
Woo! Lord have mercy. I tell you, that was probably my best day since Christmas. You know that, right? That was my best day since Christmas. That was my best day since Christmas.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, one more time, you guys. I just got to do it one more time.
Very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe steelworks. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in. That's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on. And so, look, there's...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Lord have mercy. That was quite a tumble. If you ask me, that was attention-seeking behavior. That was attention-seeking behavior, and he should be ashamed of himself. Lydia, thank you so much for the super chat. Baron, we are happy to know you are on the mend. Eamonn earned his fall. He was not even gracious when they expressed concern. That's true. He seemed so like angry and outraged, like someone had pulled the chair from beneath him. That's a hell of a thing. I mean, one minute you're sitting there and you're listening to the young man talk, and the next thing you know, you're belly up. Your feet are pointed to heaven. Look at there. So oh well, I'm sure he's okay. He's kind of used to it by now. He's kind of used to it. He's used to the occasional tumble. Wasn't that a song by Boy George? I'll tumble for you. 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 Hey, soul brother. The People's Duchess. Okay. Let's see. Well, take a look here. of course, HRH, Meghan. So nice I said it twice. Duchess of Sussex, Meghan. Well, I don't, is she barefaced today or is that minimal makeup? I think it's barefaced, right? Anyway, she wanted to share with everyone um, about the podcast. Now, you guys, I've been listening to some of the hateful, critical people saying things like, oh, I don't know if anybody's even watching. This is not about money and numbers. Meghan, with this very popular Confessions of a Female Founder, this is about empowering women. It's not about getting big celebrity guests on. That's not what she's after. We did that with the first one, even though it was still very topical. We did that with the first podcast, but this one is very specific and very fine tuned to women led businesses, female entrepreneurs. And it's not about the big numbers. It's not about taking Joe Rogan's place and all that kind of stuff. This is much bigger than that, far bigger than that. So, the target audience is the target audience. The target is not having the biggest podcast there is. If that's what Meghan was after, she would host conspiracy theorists. Yeah, absolutely. We do need to watch more as a squad, even if on replay on in the background is easy. I'm sorry. It really, yeah, I get it. It is really that. So, and we should do that. We should just put it on in the background. And of course, let our Duchess and her guests keep us company. Yeah. Oh, thank you. It is really good. Thank you so much. Yeah, we should do that. We should all promise that right now. We should all promise that right now that we will watch it and then listen, watch it again, put it on in the background. And you know how life goes. There's always that possibility of missing something that you didn't see the first time. Okay, I just pinned a Sussex friendly space to the top of the chat. The People's Duchess, there's a link up at the top. Yeah, but there's always that possibility that there was something that you missed the first time. So do it anyway. Okay. And right here, well, let me go and grab the video. Why don't I do that? Now, there's a portion of it that has some copyright music that I cannot share for obvious reasons, but I'll just turn the sound down when it gets to that.
Well, I'm not sure if you've caught up on this week's episode of Confessions of a Female Founder, but it's such a good one. And it reminds me of that quote, wherever you go, there you are. That is what my conversation with Cassie is like, because 20 plus years later, so much has changed, and yet we are so much the same. So I hope you get a chance to watch. And in the spirit of memory lane, here are some behind the scenes videos from the making of our photo shoot for Confessions of a Female Founder.
Okay, and again, I cannot have the music, but that is the scene. She looks like she's having so much fun. I love that for her. I love that she's having so much fun. Right? And then right there, it looks like she's just flying above everything. Yeah, flying, rising above. Love that. Okay. Let me get back over here. And again, that was on the Instagram. Do make sure you go over there and like or put the heart to show your appreciation. So yeah, we got to make sure we stay in a habit of liking and sharing and subscribing whenever possible. Don't miss out. And this was a post on As Ever. Stir, sip, repeat, savoring moments, slow and sweet this holiday weekend. So stir, sip, repeat, savoring moments, slow and sweet this holiday weekend. All right, you got your marching orders. Don't forget to do that. And Meghan Markle exchanges handwritten note on napkin plus a manicure compliment with flight crew girlies. American Airlines flight attendant Nina Vida shared the message pinned by the Duchess of Sussex on TikTok. Now, they have a new thing on People Magazine or in People Magazine. You see the box on the right there? It says things you should know. I think that's what it says. Wait a minute. Let me see. How do they put that? Yeah, need to know. This is called Need to Know. And they have a little box that they've added to the way that the article is laid out on the screen. And it says, oh, the format. And it says Meghan Markle exchanged handwritten notes with the flight crew girlies of an American airline plane. Flight attendant Nina Vida shared her experience on TikTok, including showing the message written by the Duchess of Sussex on a napkin. Vida added that Meghan, whom she described as so sweet, complimented her manicure. So I've actually seen the video, and I suppose I could let you listen to it. I don't want to, but let me see if I can grab that for you.
This is one of my most exciting unboxings yet. I finally took.
Okay, that's something else, clearly.
This is one of the nice.
Oh boy. So let me see. What was the name of her thingy again? Oh, matter of fact, why don't I do this? That's that again. And that is our flight attendant. Yes, and she looks like a flight attendant, right? Be sure your seat backs and tray tables are in the upright lock position. Do observe the seatbelt sign. Remember, there's no smoking on board any of our American airline planes, and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's the young lady right there. And there she is holding that handwritten note from Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Okay. Let me see. Meghan's note. There she is right there. So if you want to know what her TikTok is, it is Nina. Let me see. Nina. Something VID. Nope. Oh, avlogs, as in aviation. That's what she means. Nina Video Aviation Logs. but she has shortened it. Okay, I so get that now. So let me find that. And oh, there we go.
You guys will not.
Too loud, too loud.
You guys will not believe who I. You guys will not believe who I.
Okay, it is for some reason buffering. It is for some reason buffering. Let me try it again.
You guys will not believe who I.
Oh, come on, Nina.
Just.
Okay, Nina, let's try this one more time. One more time, Nina.
You guys will not believe who I just.
Okay, don't know whether it's doing that.
So if you're
Okay, one more time.
It gets really bad ear blockage whenever you fly, or if you're flying in your lip.
Now, see, that works just fine, but when I want to see what I want to see, it's not working.
So you guys will not believe who I just had on my flight, who I had a pleasure of serving. The Queen, the Princess, the Duchess of Sussex. The Meghan Markle was on my flight, and she's so beautiful in person. She was so sweet. She wrote us a little handwritten note back. So we wrote her note that said, "It's a pleasure of serving you. We love you real bad." And she wrote this note back that says, "Dear AA girlies, thank you for the love, hospitality, and handwritten note. You know me well. All love right back to you." And then I think it says, "Forever, Megan." You know, I can barely read this cursive, but look at this handwriting is giving rich. It's giving expensive. It's giving princess. She also said she loved my nails. And the captain on my last flight said they were intense. So, sir, it doesn't matter what you think. The queen says she likes them. You guys will not believe who I just had on my flight, who I had a pleasure of serving. The Queen, the Princess, the Duchess of Sussex. The Meghan Markle was on my flight, and she's so beautiful in person. She was so sweet. She wrote us a little handwritten note back. So we wrote her a note that said, "It's a pleasure of serving you. We love you real bad." And she wrote this note back that says, "Dear AA girlies, thank you for the love, hospitality, and handwritten note. You know me well. All love right back to you." And then I think it says, "Forever, Megan."
Okay. I'm pretty sure we all know that it says "as ever, Megan," but that kind of confused her a bit. The sound quality was really bad on that video too. But "as ever, Megan." Yes, she referred to her as the Queen. The Queen. I mean, all in one video, she referred to her as a princess, the Queen. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Meghan said my nails are gorgeous. So, yeah, it was very sweet. So, thank you, Nina. That was very, very lovely of you to share that. And just think how the air of excitement on that flight when they realized that the Queen was flying on board the American airline, surely in the first class section. But yeah, so there you can see Meghan's note on the right and the note that was given to her by the flight crew on the left. So Wasn't that cute? I love that. It was adorable. Absolutely adorable. What a great moment. Thank you again for sharing that, Nina. I'm going to build a shrine to you later. That was very, very kind of you. Let's see here. Yeah, and referring to the flight crew as girlies. I love that. Let me see. Meghan Markle was on my flight, and she's so beautiful in person. So sweet. Ah, I love that. Okay, it says, although Vita didn't share details of the flight, her TikTok bio describes her as a New York City flight attendant. Meghan and Meghan and Prince Harry. Meghan and Prince Harry are based in Montecito, California, but have traveled to New York City on several occasions in recent months during an April visit. You know, guys, I could see the Sussexes like getting a place in Connecticut. If they do decide to get something on the East Coast, but it would have to afford them the privacy that they have now in Montecito, in that very gated community that they live in. Okay. I'm looking at one of the comments here. Let me see. This person is being shady. I won't even share it. But let me just say this. She didn't, the person who replied or who wrote this comment didn't like the fact that she referred to Meghan as the queen. She is the queen. Okay, and then someone else says, you need to learn the modern day vernacular. She means she's a queen to her. She is not speaking about her title. Oh, okay, girl, you better tell them. And then someone else says, I think she is a beautiful person. Of course, I have never met her, but all of her haters haven't met her either. Okay. Oh my God. Let me see here. Meghan doesn't fly commercials, so a big I don't think so to the whole story. Oh, somebody is being hateful and not in a very clever way. And somebody replied, she did this time, American Airlines. The Sussexes do fly commercial, and they have done that quite often. And then, of course, someone's saying, she's not a princess. Get it together, people. Oh, these people are just so jaded, you know? I love it because because they are just so bothered by the fact that Meghan has been praised by a flight crew for being very nice and very beautiful. And they just cannot stand it. Oh, well. Oh, well. I love when the derangers are just frothing at the mouth with hostility and disappointment, frothing at the mouth. uh, yeah, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea if they did. That would not be a bad idea. Okay, let me go here. So, did you guys know that Harry was featured on the Family Feud? Yes, Harry was featured on the Family Feud. And of course, per copyright, I'm not able to share that with you. But what I can share, I will. I will. I mean, after all, I was able to share this with you, wasn't I? Didn't I share this with you? Huh? So surely there must be some way I could share the Family Feud. Because I did share this, didn't I?
And this is where, I think Reform will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpes. And this is where, I think Reform will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe Steelworks. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in. That's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on.
And so, look, there's
if I was able to share that with you, then surely I could find a way to share this. Shall we? I don't know why my phone. Oh, you know what? I know why the reason why it's buffering so much is because I have to do one of those what do you call that thing? One of those updates. I have to do an update to the iOS. Anytime there's an update, that's when things start acting very wonky and very funky. So anyway, let's get on with it. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna have like a few technical issues until I update my phone. Yeah, everything is buffering like crazy.
Tell me something people know about Prince Harry.
He's married to Meghan Markle.
Come on, boy.
It's that way for you to look at me.
Okay, well, I guess he figured he gone. He's married to Meghan Markle. Hey, Sophia, name something people know about Prince Harry.
He's the Prince of England.
He's the Prince of England. Robert, name something people know about Prince Harry.
I don't know much about him, but I hope he got money.
He got money. Listen, tell me something people know about Prince Harry.
His brother is William.
His brother William. All right, we got 2 strikes now, Christina. We got to be careful. Kylie family can steal. Tell me something people know about Prince Harry.
His mother is Princess Diana.
His mother is Princess Diana. 2 strikes, the other family can steal. Tell me something people know about Prince Harry.
His grandmother is Queen Elizabeth.
His grandmother is Queen Elizabeth. That's a good answer. Come on, Drake. Tell me something people know about Prince Harry.
He's got some red hair.
He got red. Number 6. Number 5. Top 6 answers on the board. Tell me something people know about Prince Harry.
Okay, so there you go. There you go. That is what they had on the Family Feud. So as you can see, it starts off with top 6 answers on the board. And well, as you can see, there was only 5. And then, yeah, so the guy in the red got it first. And he said, married to Meghan. And there you go. That was 31 people out of 100 surveyed said Meghan. And then on the, what do you see? Down there, out of 100 people, he is a prince. And as you can see, I think 9 people got that. So that took them up to 80 points. And then where they got it wrong, well, you heard that. And then she came back with Diana's son, but then he messed up and said whatever he said. And that went over to the, I think it's the Colley or Cooley family. And he's got red hair. And yep, he does have red head. He's a redhead, so they took the game. And unfortunately, the 2 that no one mentioned, number 1, balding, and the other one, hottie. You know what, guys? I tell you, if there's anything that can be said about Harry that is absolutely amazing, is that in the same sentence as he's balding, you could say, but he's a hottie. So cheers to Harry for that. It does nothing to diminish his incredibly good looks. So, oh, are we up to 6? Oh, there, where are we at? $16,028? Very cool. Yes, that was one of them that nobody knew that William was his brother. They just cannot associate the 2 of them. Yeah, they don't see any association between the 2 of them. Yeah, they totally missed out on him being light-skinned Harry. They did mess that up. So, oh well. At least his feet wasn't up in the air. Nobody had their feet pointed to the sky. That's a good thing. No one recording that whole Family Feud show found themselves in the awkward position where they had their feet pointed to the ceiling. So that's a good thing. Woo! That's a good thing. One down, 1 to go. Oh, by the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. I forgot to say that. 1 down, 1 to go. Mumbles fluffed a 2-line speech again. Well, we have not heard much from Martin, but again, you guys, the sound is going to be a little crappy today because I have to, update my my phone. So let's. Oh, you know what? I did not. I didn't save that one, so that's going to be awkward, isn't it? What did I do with that one? Oh Lord, I didn't even save that one today. Wow, my phone is buffering like crazy. I cannot. I hope I don't forget to reset it before I go to bed. Oh wow, Michelle Obama dancing on stage with Bruce Springsteen. That is pretty cool. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Oh Lord, I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. Oh man, everything is moving so slow. This is frustrating. But that's okay. I'm gonna fix this tonight. Everything is moving very slow. I don't like this. Okay, I'm still here. I'm just looking for something. My phone is being very slow to respond. If you do have an iPhone, remember to do your update tonight. You should have a message saying to update your phone because everything is moving kind of slow with that. Okay, I think I'm going to skip Martin for now because I don't remember where I saw him. Oh, is this it? Okay, let me try this one. I'm going to try just one more time, and if I don't find it, then we'll skip it. Poor Eamonn Holmes. That is not funny what happened to him. I've had my fun, but it's very serious. He could have been hurt, you guys. He could have been seriously hurt. And I don't want to make fun of him, especially since I had my own little ordeal. Yeah, that is unfortunate what happened to him. But the important thing is no one else got hurt, right? It'd have been a real shame if an innocent bystander it would have been a real shame if some innocent bystander was uh, what do you call it? If so, it was impacted by the tumble. You know what I'm saying? That would have been unfortunate. So let's just be glad it was restricted to him and nobody else was involved in that thunderous crash that we heard. Yeah, no one else was injured in that thunderous crash. Oh man, I wanted to play Martin. I don't see him. Of course, I could always go to his TikTok channel. Hold on, let me do that. I have a bit of an obsessive compulsive disorder, and when I fixate on doing something. I just have to do it. Let me see. Ministry of Hacks. No, I said hacks, darn it, hacks.
Morning, friends. Happy Friday. How are you doing? Well, we all know that Harry and Meghan did the old mic drop, boom, left the non-working British Royal. Morning, friends. Happy Friday. It's a bank holiday weekend in the UK, which means we get Monday off as well. So it's a 3-day weekend. The sun is shining. Life is good. Apart from the cost of living crisis, exorbitant interest rates, and the other stuff that we all know is happening in the UK. Get to the point, Martin. Kate was out and about working in Scotland yesterday, smashing a bottle of whiskey against a new military ship, literally launching it into the ocean. And I've got to say, I think she looks quite well turned out. But the press haven't been particularly kind to Kate because she literally fluffed the lines when launching the ship. Her elocution is really, really poor. Her intonation is poor. And it was very mumbly. She literally had to say, I named the ship X, God bless her and all that's sailing her. And she couldn't even get that right. I don't know what's going on with the lady. I really don't. Also, GB News reported that her and William was also in Scotland to do something else. And he was at this ceremony too. They travelled up there separately, despite their engagements starting at the same time. Seems like a bit of a CO2 issue, funding problem. Seems expensive to transport people separately, going to the same place for events that start at the same time. But what do we know? We're assured by the British media that everything is hunky-dory in the land of Kate and William's marriage. So I guess that must be true, right? Obviously. Comments are open. Have a brilliant Friday. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends.
Okay, that was Martin from Ministry of Hack. Martin not only wanted to talk about Meghan, about what's the girl's name? Kate. Not only did he want to talk about Kate and her poor elocution, but he also mentioned the fact that they traveled separately. Almost to say that they don't live together. This is one of several occasions in recent years where they have arrived separately. They have arrived separately for the past two Christmas carols. And now, with this trip up to Scotland, they arrive separately, as though they don't live together. Go figure. Very interesting, but of course, the press is not going to touch it. If it's anything of a sort to do with the Sussexes, you know they won't stop talking about it. But in this situation where they arrive to an event like launching a ship, they abstain from any debate about it. Interesting, right? Let's see. Lisette Zog, I'm in and hallelujah for Eamonn. The ancestors strike back again. Yes. Thank you so much for the super chat. It is the ancestors as per usual. As you can see, the ancestors were surrounding him. They obviously still had this article in mind. And so the ancestors, you know, they started their chant. And before you know it, poor Eamonn, who was listening very intently to this young man, all of a sudden found himself a little topsy-turvy, upside down. Anyway, even though I cannot show you the video, it doesn't actually show him tumble. I do think we should listen to that just one more time, just to make sure.
And this is where, I think reform will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe steelwork. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in. That's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on. Carry on.
And so, look, there's...
Yeah. So that's so weird, right? That's so weird that happened. That is so weird that happened. Anyway, I hope he's okay. I wouldn't, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to him. Now, let's get to Kate's elocution, shall we? Let's get to Kate's elocution. You decide.
Best Glasgow. May God bless her and all who sail on her. I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God bless her and all who sail on her. I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God bless her.
I thought it was HMS. She says HMS, right? HMS. Let's listen to that again.
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God
HMF. It's HMF, not HMF. HMF. HMS. His Majesty's ship, not HMF. Did you hear that? HMF. HMF. One more time.
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God bless her and
HMF Glasgow. It's Glasgow, not Glasgow. Oh, wow. One more time.
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow.
H. Smith. HMeth. Let me try that one more time.
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God
It sounds like she's saying HMS. HMS. Right?
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God bless her and all who sail on her.
Yeah, her diction is rather clippy, right? There's a certain clip to it. Wow. Well, that's the future queen. And as you can see, she had her hands ready to really get in there and do something. See how her hands are all, fidgety and everything. She was so excited to get in there and christen the HMS Glasgow. Wow. Poor Kate. She only had an 8-second speech and she blew it. 8 seconds and she blew it. How do you mess up an 8-second speech?
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God
Okay, one more time, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. One more time. Well, you know what? My phone is tripping.
I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow. May God bless her and all who sail on her. I have the pleasure to name this ship HMS Glasgow.
Wow. HMS Glasgow. Well, that's the name of the ship, is HMS Glasgow. It's her pleasure to christen this ship HMS Glasgow. Wow. Yeah, she kind of messed that up. She really messed that one up. Oh well. That's the mother of the future king of England. You think so? I mean, yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe they gave her something to calm her nerves. Yeah, maybe she needed something to calm her nerves. Okay, let's get back over here. Yeah. Wow. So you can see one of the squatties made this caption. Kate, I hereby name check notes this check notes ship check notes HMF Glasgow. If you saw the video, you would understand that, because she kept looking down at her notes the whole time, which was kind of awkward. Such a short thing to say, and she's checking her notes over and over again. Yeah, that was kind of awkward. She repeatedly checked her notes. Yep, her head was going up and down, up and down. I hereby name, check the notes. This, check notes, ship, check notes, HMF Glasgow, HMF, 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 HMF. You know what's so weird though is that she's always so poised and elegant, and her diction is always so clear. That's why I'm so surprised, because I don't know that she's ever had this issue before where she seemed to flub her lines. Like, for instance, I could recall when she had the interview for remember the engagement interview? She was so poised and elegant. This is why this catches me off guard, because I just remember how clearly she spoke for that occasion. Let's take another look at it. Maybe I'm remembering things in the wrong way.
Well, obviously it'd be, I would love to have met her. And she's obviously, she's an inspirational woman to look up to, obviously to this day, and, you know, going forward and things. You know, it is, you know, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and, you know, very inspirational. So, yeah, I do.
Wow. Okay, you know what? I think she was struggling. Even back then, she was struggling. So yeah. Okay, I stand corrected. I'm just surprised because I guess in my memory, I thought she sounded just like everyone else, but the truth is, you know, going forward and such, and going from this day and to the,
I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's
yeah. So that way, she's
an inspirational woman to look up
to look up to.
obviously on to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
I wonder if Carol Middleton had to be hospitalized after that horrible exchange with whoever was doing this. You know what I mean? It seemed like Carol Middleton probably required hospitalization after listening to her daughter flub the lines the way she did, going forward and stuff and whatnot. Yep. And going forward and
it is, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Members of this family, they have achieved a lot. Oh man. Okay. Now, a millennial monarchy is coming. How Prince William and Kate Middleton are redefining royal life. When Prince William and Princess Kate one day became Britain's king. Let me see. One day became Britain's king and queen. They are. Wait a minute. Did I miss something there? When Prince William and Princess Kate one day become king and queen, they are poised to bring a new generation's energy to the crown. Are they serious? What energy? These two are as dull as dishwater. What do they mean, energy? I don't know what they're talking about. These two are just like watching paint dry, right? Some of the titles that they have with these magazines that are in cahoots with the royal family, whether it's the Tatler, Hello Magazine, People, there's a few of them about that will post a title that is totally there to compliment them. It is for an audience of one, maybe two people. And it is not in any way resembling reality. Not at all. There's no energy between them as a couple, let alone and some type of energy for the work that is required. They barely work. They barely work. If there's anything that shows a lack of energy, a lack of thought, a lack of application of any sort, it is the fact that they don't even like to work. They want the praise. They want people to celebrate the fact that they showed up, but they're not really interested in the work, and everybody knows that. It's common knowledge. Here's a whole collage of titles. I'm not titles, but magazine articles. King and Queen, the new King and Queen. Let's see. Meet the new Queen. Take the throne. Prepares to be queen. And it just goes on and on. Preparing for the throne. They're not even prepared for lunch. What do they mean prepared for the throne? Yeah. And you thought she was preparing for her next holiday. I mean, it's just rich. And then, of course, there's Hello Canada. The future of the monarchy rests on her shoulders. Why the royal family needs her more than ever before. Well, you wouldn't know that by the way things ended in 2023. Yeah, by the new year, she was almost out of here with all of her mysterious bandages and that dazed look on her face. What's that? Walmart workers have to be sharp and quick-witted. They have to be ready for quick changes and information. Will and Kate have none of that. No, they don't. No, they don't. And even with an army of people, specialists, with all of the support that they have at their beck and call. Okay, I'm going to say this much. William can do a speech. It's nothing stirring. It's nothing memorable, but he's fine with doing a speech. But he never says anything that's very quotable. The last time William said something that was quotable, he was throwing his mother under the bus. That was it. Other than that, does anybody recall anything that he says? No, because there's nothing compelling. It's like Melbatose. It's dry, it's flaky, it's meaningless. It would be nothing without some extra added flavor or topping. Melbatose. It's just there to support other characters, not a standalone anything. So, yeah, that describes William. And of course, in order to be queen, Kate has to survive being the Princess of Wales. And the last Princess of Wales, who chose not to use that title, the last Princess of Wales doesn't fancy her at all. As a matter of fact, when was the last time you've seen the two of them close to one another? When was the last time you've seen them actually close? It just doesn't happen. I don't know when everything went so terribly wrong. I still say it's when she emerged from the State Bentley, bearing her legs to some degree. I'm going to say that I believe that is a defining moment in their relationship. But, or you can go back to the Chelsea Flower Show when Kate crashed the Chelsea Flower Show. That may have been a problem. But whatever happened, Kate has fallen out of favor with Camilla. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Let me see here. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay. Well, congratulations to you and your family. Very cool. I just got a message from someone. Very cool. All right. Thank you very much. Jacqueline Rippey says Kate has to get past Camilla and her influence with the Royal Rota. You know, that is going to be a factor because I was just thinking earlier today, when Charles is gone, what happens to Camilla? Camilla has established some very long-term relationships with people in the media, and not just people, in some cases, relatives, people that go back with her family for a long time. Even if they're not related, they almost seem like family to Camilla. So it is going to be very interesting if William and Kate go to war with Camilla after Charles is gone. And that's assuming that, you know, she'll outlive him, right? Yep, that really hinges on whether, you know, who goes first. But they may very well go to war because there is something up with Kate and Godzilla. I don't know what it is, but those two are not getting on, and the press will not touch it. The press will not touch it. So Camilla, through Charles, said no one is to wear a tiara for the coronation. Now, there's a couple of ways you can look at that. Don't wear tiaras because this is already a bit too flashy during a period of austerity, right? With a cost of living crisis and some people questioning the idea of even having a coronation, it seems like very poor form for people to show up with all these tiaras, especially in this so-called modern age. But if you would take a look at the videos or the film from Queen Elizabeth coronation, not only was all of the, you know, aristocratic women decked out in their family tiaras, but the House of Lords, the aristocracy, you know, the people that should have been in red robes that day. Charles filled Westminster Abbey with a lot of lay people, and he avoided sending invitations to most of the aristocracy, which is, you know, something he should have done, something that's always been. And Charles decided to award common everyday folk, right? There were people, I remember that young man who got a letter saying that he was invited to the coronation. Now, of course, he did something extraordinary in his community. He raised funds, he volunteered, something of that effect. And so he was invited to the coronation. He didn't even know that that was a possibility. And next thing you know, he's invited to the coronation. So Charles was trying to modernize things by getting rid of all those aristos with their red robes and their coronets. And that is a possible reason why they said no tiaras, so that things wouldn't look so ancient and expensive. So Kate goes out of her way to find a crystal like headpiece, headband, or whatever that is. They said, I believe they said it cost $38,000. That's the price I recall. It was like $38,000 or 38,000 pounds, something like that. And so not only did she wear one, but her daughter had some version of that on as well. I would imagine that Camilla looked at that and everything just went red. Because it looks like a jeweled tiara. And Auntie Camilla said, no tiaras. Not to mention the fact that Will and Kate were late arriving to the coronation. William, do you guys remember this? William refused to mention Camilla in his coronation speech. He made a speech at the coronation concert. They set up a concert stage right outside of Windsor Castle. And he spoke about his father. He said absolutely nothing about the other person that was crowned in 2022. Did you guys miss that one or no? But he refused to acknowledge her. And then, even more awkward, when Charles and Camilla were going to their seats, I do believe that there was the obligatory curtsy to Charles, but I don't think that there was a curtsy from Kate, and I don't think there was and I'm pretty sure that the daughter, Charlotte, did not curtsy, because Charlotte was actually looking the other way, and next thing you know, Camilla had already passed her, and well, she had missed her opportunity. So there were some slights here and there, but the press just won't talk about it. Do you know how much more money they would make if they just started discussing this? This is the ultimate soap opera. Now, I know they're making a lot of money from the Sussexes, right? That's a given. But they would, it would be like they're printing money if they would highlight this, among other things. Because there is a war going on in the House of Windsor, and they're using the Sussexes as a distraction. Rare to see Charles and William out together. Impossible to see Kate and Camilla do anything together. I don't think there's been one opportunity for the two of them to appear, just the two of them, a duo. I don't think that happened one time. Not even one time. And even if everything that I just pointed out has no basis in reality whatsoever, that never stopped the tabloids. The truth never stops the tabloids. They don't allow the truth to get in the way of a good story. So even if they had to embellish or just flat out make up some details about these two and the other two, just imagine how many clicks that they would gain, how many papers that they would sell. I'm trying to help those people think outside of the box. Go ahead and speculate about these two and the other two, instead of following this what do you call it, this invisible contract. Go after these people, name them and shame them, and reap the benefit of it. Every day the tabloids tell on themselves. And the way they tell on themselves is that we don't have to go back that far to find the most hypercritical articles about the rest of the royal family. You don't have to go back far. It is bubbling at the surface. All they have to do is just reignite the old war machine and start calling these people out. And of course, Kate, the Disney villain that she is somewhere right now drinking some potion or elixir that is to somehow help her become queen. Just in case, post Charles' reign, we can't be sure what's going to happen to Kate. We have speculated that the time that she took off wasn't due to illness. It was a way to negotiate some type of renup. A renup. To renegotiate the renup. Something that said, or something that helped to define her role within the royal family. Some type of guarantee of her future. That the Buckleberry Middleton family could somehow tap into this ginormous wealth that they have in the Windsor family. Otherwise, what is it what exactly is it the Middletons are living on right now? It's got to be something, because they have a very expensive lifestyle. And from what I hear, they have a very big house. Oh, well. So, in the meantime, I suppose William can practice being king at a burger joint. Yeah, he can practice being king at a burger joint. I mean, you got to start somewhere, don't you? Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Yes, I just can't wait to be king. Even if it's Burger King, he can still practice being king. Yep. Okay. Hello, Ivy here. Hey, Ivy. Thank you for joining us. But whatever happens, you still got to get past Camilla. You still got to get past Camilla. I wonder how many small animals like birds and other endangered species have gone virtually silent with Camilla, the ultimate apex predator lurking about. Camilla, the apex predator, just like a vicious house cat, she will bring dead birds, mice, snakes, all of that stuff. She'll just bring it into the house and gift it to you. Just like a very naughty cat. People's Duchess, what are you saying? Okay, I get that. Now, the future of the slimmed down monarchy, King Charles is set to use reign to overhaul, that is, the future of the royal family. So will Harry and Andrew be out in the cold forever? Well, Harry's out in the cold by choice. Andrew's out in the cold because of his extracurricular activities. But if you take a look at who's left, you got Camilla, Princess Anne. You have that very oddly shaped Sophie Wessex, William. Yeah, that is very slimmed down. So the kids won't really be able to participate for what, another 10 years or more. Slim down ain't all it's cracked up to be. And just remove Kate and who else? And Charles. If you just remove the two of them, what do you got left? Not much. Not much. That whole slim down monarchy thing was so stupid. Most of those people are going to age out of this welfare program that they're on. The Queen is dead, right? Whatever Edward and Sophie does, they're virtually invisible because the press doesn't really care to cover them. And so you have Camilla and Princess Anne. Yeah. It's very sparse, you guys, very sparse. I don't know what Charles was thinking. I mean, I get that the royal households across Europe felt that they needed to slim down or reduce the numbers in the family that are considered working royals or semi-working royals. I get that they want to make things look better for public images or public relations, but you still need people to do the work of the monarchy. You know, the stuff that they should do. I don't even think, what's so odd is I don't even think Will and Kate, I don't think they even have a dog. Have you guys ever seen or heard of them having a dog? They're so uncommitted to each other, they don't even have a pet. There's never any mention of it, no reference of it. No cats, no dogs. Yeah, it was a dumb idea. It was a really dumb idea. And I don't think that when all of the years that they've been saying it, I don't think that they ever looked at a chart and figured out what that would mean. Because after the Queen died, even I was doing the math. I'm like, you guys, it may be 15 years, 10 years before any of the Cambridge children could be called upon to do anything for the crown. Yeah, it didn't make sense. Never did. Prince William views King Charles' reign as transitional and is in heir mode, experts say. That too is a scandal. It is so disrespectful to his father to say, oh, he's just transitional. That's almost as if he's saying, oh, he's just inconsequential. Yeah, for what that implies. Like he's just here for the duration. And then after he's gone, let the party begin. Uh-oh, Marshall, what did I miss? Style or just dog? Just style? A dog, rather? No style to that? Let me stop. That sounds so crude. Okay, I'm just looking at some of your comments here. All right. Well, we're just about done here. Let's go through these really fast. King and Prince William locked in struggle over future of monarchy. The Telegraph reveals key claim on Omid Scobie's new book, or in Omid Scobie's new book, Endgame, including Prince of Wales' impatience for the top job. And then, of course, Prince William is in air mode, leading to conflict with King Charles. These two are practically never seen together. They're almost never seen together. And I could recall so many occasions where Queen Elizabeth could depend upon Charles to be there with her even before Philip died. Prince William expects his control over monarchy to grow, likely leading to clashes with King Charles. That was back in December 2023. And then, of course, the Daily Star magazine, which is an American British-style tabloid, "You won't be king. Dying Charles tells William, you won't be king. Prince's double life of rage issues and boozing exposed as monarch declares his son unfit to rule." Now, what if any of that is true? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Now, I'm just going to throw this in there for bonus points. Are you ready for this? Listen, no one would have given this Thomas Kingston serious lament, but for the royal rota immediately saying Prince William had nothing to do with his death. Richard Eden, contrary to speculation online, Prince William's absence from today's memorial service for King Constantine of Greece was not because of the tragic death on Sunday of Tom Kingston, husband of Lady Gabriella Windsor. Okay, but nobody asked you. Kate Manzi, it is important to note that this is not believed to be the reason why Prince William pulled out of today's memorial service. Okay, I get what you're saying, Kate Manzi, but you do know that nobody asked you a single question. We did not ask. Therefore, you need not answer the non-question. Nobody even thought twice about it. Enters Rebecca English, the grimace. It's worth, do you see how all of these sound alike? It's worth noting it has been confirmed the Prince of Wales' absence from the memorial for King Constantine today for a personal matter was not connected to the news of Mr. Kingston's death. Next, Roy Anika. Royal sources say the death of Mr. Kingston is not connected to the Prince of Wales' absence from King Constantine's memorial service today. Now, I saved these because I thought it was important. Yeah, there's that to consider. They posted all within minutes of one another, too. It is ridiculous. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I think all these people are on the WhatsApp chat. They probably maintain through WhatsApp. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. Now, how William discovered Kate had cancer before he pulled out of King Constantine of Greece's memorial service at St. George's Chapel. You guys, I remember clearly that they said William pulled out for personal reasons, and they said it had nothing to do with Kate Middleton. I repeat, and I know I have the receipt somewhere. They said it had nothing to do with Kate Middleton. Not a thing. And just so you know, William did not go to King Constantine's funeral. They needed someone who was, it was for King Constantine. So they needed someone who was rugged, someone handsome, someone who could project just the right type of masculine energy for such an event. So who within the royal family was selected to be rugged, handsome, and displaying just the right masculine energy to represent the royal family? Who could they find to do that? That's right. That's right. Princess Anne. Princess Anne. Rather than to send a boy to do it, they sent someone. I mean, look, if it's a man's job, you're either going to find a very tough man, or you can send the Princess Royale. But that's so bad, isn't it? That is so bad. Oh, you like that? So yeah, since you couldn't get Clint Eastwood to do it, since Charles Bronson passed away years ago, one would be really troubled to try to find someone who had the necessary masculine energy to pull off a visit like that to King Constantine's funeral. So they found someone who pretty much checked every box. And that, of course, was the Princess Royale. You can count on her. You can count on her with all that masculine energy. So that is so bad. You guys, I'm just kidding. That is so bad, isn't it? It's awful. Awful. But we're just having fun, that's all. Sometimes only a real man will do. Got it? And never send a boy to do a man's job. So no William. They sent the auntie. Yeah. Some of these things are done deliberately. Marshall, what are you saying? What are you saying? I think I understand the assignment. Let me see if I can help you out. I understand the assignment. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's do this. We haven't done this in a while. Afro Annie. There you go. We haven't invited her to the barbecue in a while, have we? Yeah, we hadn't invited her to the barbecue in a while. I think we were long overdue. We were so long overdue. We had to pay our proper respects and invite her. I think she could come to the barbecue. What do y'all think? I think she'd come to the barbecue. I would welcome her. Yeah, I would welcome her. So, let me find that thing that, okay. Now, as Marshall just referenced, there is the classic case of two people you never see in the same room at the same time. These two people, you never see them in the same room at the same time. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Christopher Walken Lookalike Contest, Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royale, Princess Anne. All right, Princess Anne. There you go. So this is what Marshall was alluding to, are these the uncanny resemblance between these two characters. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, you guys. Britain's benefits scandal dispatches. Well, there's what is his name? Andrew sharing a cigarette with the Queen Consort. And there's William flipping the bird. And of course, Charles trying to keep it all together. And celebrating her BBL, Kate Middleton, her BBL, celebrating her BBL. This is the very trashy family that I recognize. They're practically the Beverly Hillbillies. But instead, they're the town of Windsor Hillbillies. Oh, well. Okay, you guys. Thank you all very much. Love you guys. It has been a pleasure as usual. And thank you to the moderators for keeping this the safe space that it has been for quite some time. And thank you for joining us. Ivy. Hello, Ivy here. Thank you for joining us, Ivy of Sussex Global UK. And by the way, you guys, don't forget, Ivy has a selection of children's books. I'm going to have to make sure that I get a link for that next time and share it with you. One of the books I actually purchased myself. But yeah, I'll make sure I get a link together for you guys for that. And let me see, what else? You want to close with the Ginger Avenger? Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? It has been a while. I stand corrected. It has been a while. Let's do that. We have not closed with the Ginger Avenger. I love the Queen. Well, I would work hard too if the whole country paid me. I love the Queen. What a brown nose. I love the Queen. Well, I would work hard too if the whole country paid me to live in like 12 houses. Well, they don't pay for all of the houses. Most. Gosh, what was her name? Stacey Solomon.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what?
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals or as like Kim Kardashian? Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, to me, that's all they are.
The Queen
is their celebrity.
For me, is
I love the Queen.
I
love the Queen.
No, duty, responsibility.
She's always
worked
really hard.
I would work hard
if the whole country paid for me to have like 12 houses and work really hard.
No, they don't pay for all of the houses, but
just a few.
Just a few. I love the Queen. Well, I love Harry and Meghan. And of course, Mama Doria. And those children, my little niece and nephew. Yeah, love them a lot. Don't like the royal rodents, royal rota. I have no use for them. No use whatsoever. Remember, ride or die, ride or die. Ride or die. You picked the wrong chicks to mess with. Ride or die. Okay. All right. I don't think there's any last comments. So let me cue up that Ginger Avenger and we will call it night. I love the Queen. Okay, let me try to fix that. So the Ginger Avenger will come up. Got it. Got it. Oh, thank you very much, Ingrid Soares. Thank you, Sussex Teen Warrior. Keep listening to Meghan's podcast. Do I need to put the link up? I should. If I say I think I should, I probably should do it. I should do it. Meghan Markle, Limonada. Okay. Confessions of a Female. There we go. Found it. Okay, we're good, you guys. Oh, no, I didn't put it up here yet, did I? Sorry. There we go. There we go. Subscribe to Limonada Premium today. Well, I don't think you have to subscribe, but you can, you know, it would definitely be a boost if you subscribe, and our Duchess gets the you know, the points for that. So there you go. It is at the top of the chat. Thank you all very much for. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can just share the direct link. Let me see this. Copy link. Maybe I can do better than that. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Was that the most recent one? Let me do that. Just to be sure. Yeah. That's the same one. Okay, now that's up at the top of the chat. So go ahead and go over there now. Just put it on and listen to it. Multitask if possible. And it would definitely help out our Duchess if you do that, okay? All right, once again, love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on Royal Sussex.